Hello YouTube, BrewGeeks back. Today is a little different. We actually have our first guest taster that's going to be joining us here in just a second. We lined out all the brews that we've done so far. So we're going to start with the cream ale.
The last cream ale.
The last cream ale. And then we're going to move to the dunkel.
The last dunkel.
Which is also the last dunkel. That went fast. Then we're going to move to our vanilla bean bourbon stout, which is still, it's fairly recent, so we got quite a bit of that. It was really good. And then we are going to move on to Badger. Badger is our first all-grain recipe that we've come up with ourselves. So it's basically not based on a kit, not based on an extract. It's basically the brainchild of BrewGeeks. So it just came out of the fridge today. We're excited. We're excited to have our guest taster here while we do this. So without further ado, Jesse.
Our guest taster tonight is none other than the international television and music star, Sean's dad.
Michael Summers.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
I'm proud to be here.
Awesome. All right, so you, sir, have never had one of these BrewGeeks beers, right?
True.
Good. And we didn't pay him to say that either.
I'll tell you what, this is the last one. This cream ale has only gotten better and better and better the longer it's sat. When it first came out, it was cloudy and hazy, not real bad, but now it's like crystal clear.
It's beautiful.
And this was an all extract kit.
Outstanding. You
Yeah.
guys made this?
Yeah.
Wow, man. This is fantastic. This is fantastic.
Once again, didn't pay him to say that.
No, I would tell him if this was shit. But it isn't. It's actually super good. It's amazingly good.
Fantastic.
And this is the cream ale.
Yeah, that's Brewer's Best American Cream Ale Kit.
Woo! I love that. Outstanding.
All right, and now, for everyone's favorite, was the Dunkel. And this is also a Brewer's Best. It was a partial. Was it partial?
I guess it would be a partial. It was an extract kit with steeping grains.
Right.
And look at the head on that. That's,
yeah. It went very, very fast.
Oh my god.
the head has improved much.
Much
Just
improved.
by sitting in the
Just by
sitting in the bottle.
yeah,
Yep, just aging.
hanging
How
out
long
more.
has this been on the edge?
Oh God.
Actually, that was done right in time for something. Was it Super Bowl? Yes.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, that
So
was done
since-
like right before Super Bowl.
Since the Super Bowl, it's been sitting there.
Okay. Wow, man. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna do this. Is it possible? There are flavors in this
Right.
that I pick up that normally, beer is kind of a beer, but there are fruits maybe, or
Right.
I don't know. Is that right?
It's definitely more complex than what you would normally get out of, say, an American lager, something like that.
Very much more.
Yeah.
What is the component? What am I trying to describe that I'm not getting at? Don't tell me yet. Hold on. God, I don't know. Tell me.
I'm curious because it's been a while since I've had
I mean,
one.
it's good. It's not sweet, but it's got a.
Oh my God, that has gotten so much
Wow.
It's got a tone.
better. Oh my God.
Coffee.
Really.
Yeah.
But it's not coffee. It's what was the grain that used to
Chocolate malt.
Chocolate
Wow.
malt.
Interestingly enough, chocolate malt doesn't give a chocolate flavor.
Right.
Okay.
It
It's-
gives it kind of a coffee-ish flavor to it.
Okay.
Right.
Or a caramel. I don't know.
Right.
I don't
It's
know
kind
what
of
it is.
it's kind of a coffee caramel.
It's not sweet, but it's
Right.
lovely.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
So that
that's-
was.
Wow.
I'm so happy that.
Can you
yeah,
remember
that's
that?
only gotten
Because
better.
that's neat. Yeah.
That's actually a kit. We didn't do anything
Okay,
to it.
gotcha.
As a matter of fact, once
This
Badger,
is yours.
Yes.
Right.
Once Badger gets perfected and we move on to our next brew, we're going to do an all grain Dunkel.
Gotcha.
We're moving on to the Dunkel.
Gotcha.
So
And that one will be called Deckard.
Deckard, in reference to Blade Runner, because it's dirty. It's dark.
I remember that. Yeah. Geek.
And this one, I don't.
That part.
I personally am not a big fan of it because I'm just not a big fan of stouts.
Okay.
And I'm also not a big fan of bourbon.
This is like a loaf of bread type.
It's actually not. It's a stout like Guinness, but it's not as heavy and thick as Guinness.
Right. This isn't a typical stout. Normally, when people think of stouts, they think of milk stouts.
Oh, wow.
But this is not a milk-based stout. It's definitely a grain-based that it's got. Like so, we've added the whiskey. That's actually what was it?
Knob Creek.
Knob Creek.
Yeah.
So it's not
Definitely
a
coffee here, right?
Yeah.
Is that true?
So that's got some of the chocolate.
Yeah.
The chocolate
Same.
malt in
It's
it.
got some of the same grains as a base grain.
Mm.
Now this was a kit, but we modified it because it didn't originally have the vanilla bean.
I love this. No, I don't like stouts. I mean, Guinness, it's too much beer for me.
Right.
Just too much. This one doesn't have that big, hard bite
Right.
on the outside of it. It's
Right.
really smooth. This reminds me of one of the pulled beers from
England.
Mm-hmm. Has that kind of vibe.
What's funny is that we completely screwed it up.
Oh, totally.
Well, face it, it's not as fizzy, okay? In other words, it doesn't have as much gas in it.
Right.
And if it were a little bit warmer,
That's mellowed out quite a bit.
it's really good.
But the bourbon flavor is definitely there.
Yeah.
The kit was
Wow.
basically,
Ooh.
it came with some extract, some steeping grains, and a little baggie of oak chips.
Right.
And that was the whole thing.
Good.
We took it upon ourselves. Actually, Himaladius on YouTube did right around the time when we were just finishing up the Dunkel. We were trying to think of what we were going to do. Himaladius did a vanilla bourbon stout. And I'm like, hey, why don't we do this one? And I think we'd actually already picked up the kit for that.
Right.
So we're like, well, hey, why not?
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Is this
This is Badger.
Okay.
Um,
We're all having a Badger, right?
Yes, we're all having a Badger. And now this brew is our first all grain anything. So we did the mash, and it's very cloudy.
This is very new, right?
Yeah.
Very. It's
Yeah.
brand new.
Yeah.
So when does the cloud go away?
Well, this actually, it turns out more cloudy than we want it to be. We've got to actually modify the recipe a little bit
I
to
see.
bring the cloudiness down.
And there's
However,
a lot of sediment in it too.
However, like the cream ale, the longer it sits, the less cloudy it's going to be.
Oh, what happens to it?
Basically, it's sediment it's suspended within the,
And that breaks down?
and it falls to the bottom.
Okay.
Yep.
But
So will you end up with a sediment-filled bottom and then a clear?
Yeah,
Right.
if you look, you can actually see.
The
Of course,
sediment.
with this, because there's so much sediment
Yeah.
and it's so recent, it's all. But you can see how it's kind of, really kind of a.
It's hard to see with that
Right.
bottle.
Right.
Now this will never be as clear as the cream ale because it is an unfiltered wheat.
Okay.
Unfiltered wheats, by tradition, are cloudy.
Gotcha.
They have that kind of,
Salute then, gentlemen. Here's to your new concoction.
Badger.
Badger.
Don't give a shit.
Wow.
And I for one really like it. I mean, it definitely needs some age on it, I think.
Right.
But it's got some of those same
Apricots.
notes.
Can it be apricots? I mean, that's what I smell.
What you're probably getting is the yeast that was used, the yeast strain.
Or 2-day shoe in a locker.
The yeast that was used actually can impart kind of a banana or clove type aftertaste. Once you swallow it, kind of sits in the back of your tongue. It's it's kind of an odd finish, but yeah, I for one I like it. It's not bad. There are definitely things that I want to do different to it because I think it could be better.
Yeah, and we've actually already started modifying the recipe.
It's amazing, though. You guys, hats off. I mean, because it's really good.
Considering.